Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a portal effect. And this is what the portal effect looks like in a 2D game. And what it does is it mimics an area over here. And it displays it over here. And then the portal effect makes this wavy kind of wavy effect, which is built with a shader. And as you can see, if you go over to your scene view, this is the camera that it's copying. And if you move this camera around, the portal moves around. It's pretty cool if you want to project a portal into a different area of the map or game. And in future tutorials, we'll teach you how to walk through the portal and make a ripple effect and have it teleport you to that area. So yeah, let's get into it today. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new plane. So we'll right click here, we're going to go to 3D object, and we're going to go to plane. And this is the plane that we're going to be drawing onto. And if we go to the 2D view, you can see that it's kind of like this square looking box thing, right? First things first, we'll rename it and we'll name it portal. Second, we want it to face the camera because we're going to be drawing our portal onto this plane. So to do that, we're going to rotate it, and we're going to rotate the x-axis, which is going to rotate that towards us. And we're going to rotate that -90 degrees. So we have this plane facing us. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create a camera, and this new camera is going to draw to our plane. Not directly, but this camera is going to control what the plane sees. To do that, we're going to go to game object, and we're going to go create a camera. And we're going to create, its projection is going to be orthographic, and we're going to give it a small size, let's say 2. Go to our 2D mode, drag our camera. And as we drag it, we can see on the bottom right, that camera preview, this is what our portal is going to see. So now what we want to do is we want to make a new folder. I already have named portal. And the first thing we're going to do is create a render target texture. So you're going to right click in there. You can't see my pop down dialog. I'm trying to fix that, but it's just called render texture. And we're just going to call it portal render. And we want this filter mode to be point because we're doing pixel art. Next, we're going to right click here and we're going to create a material. And we'll call this material portal material. So now what we want to do is we want to change this shader, the portal material, up here on the top right. And we're going to go to legacy shaders and we're going to diffuse it. This is going to allow us to pick a texture that we want to use. And we're going to select, and we're going to go to our portal render. Alternatively, you can take this portal render, drag it in to our material selection right there. But now we want this material to be drawn onto our portal plane. So now we're going to click our portal and we're going to drag portal material over to our material right there. And now we still have a black screen. That's because our camera doesn't have a render target texture yet. So we're going to click our camera, and our render target texture is going to be this portal render texture. So we're going to drag that in to here, and there we go. We have this, it's starting to look like something. This is our portal. This is what players are going to see based on where our camera location is, if you can see that. Now you can also see it's kind of dark, it's upside down. If you wanted to change this, you could rotate the plane. I like it upside down because it indicates that it's kind of like mysterious, like a portal. But you know, if you wanted to if you wanted to rotate it, you could rotate this, you could rotate the camera itself like this, And it really depends on what you want to do. I kind of like it like this anyway. Kind of gives it a cool portal-y look. And we can resize this too. A good way to resize this is if you click and hold and then hold shift and resize it, it'll keep its perspective, and that way you can drag it in and have it look like a portal. Next, what we want to do is we want to make the camera a child class of the portal, so wherever the portal moves around, we got the camera, access to the camera, just like that. And that's basically it. If you want to add a light system, we'll do that now. So we'll right click the portal, go to light, and we'll go to directional light. And if we go to our 2D view, you'll see that the light is pointed up, and we want to light this scene, right? So what we do is we take the light and we'll move it out just a little bit. We'll make it face our actual scene, and we'll just do -90 or +90, I'm sorry. We'll just do +90 here, and that will light our scene, or that will light our rendered texture. And we can set the intensity. We could also move this away. We could change the color to represent kind of like a portal thing, maybe like a bluish. Or if we go to our 2D game view, that will also help us. Click our light, move it around. It's up to you what you want to do. That's basically it. So this, if we hit play, this is our rendered target. It's kind of like our portal, and it just basically mimics things on the screen. I use this for teleportation devices, so whenever the character has a little handheld teleportation device, when they activate it, this is what shows up, and they're able to see where they're going to go in the game before they're actually there, which is pretty cool. And actually you could use it to spy on things, you could use it to spy on enemies. Some pretty cool stuff. Now if you want the extras, like if you want the ripple effects, you can find the ripple effects on my website. You just got to go to the website 2dinunity.com, put in your email address. I'll give you all that information. It's more advanced. It's a more advanced topic because that requires writing our own shaders, and that's a little more advanced, in-depth stuff. But for right now, let me just quickly show you how you can wrap a border around this and make it look cool. So in Photoshop, I drew like a little portal thing, and what I did was I just simply took a screenshot of this and drew like a little portal around it. So here I drew a little portal around it. That's what it looks like. And to get this into the game, we just added it in Unity. I'll show you that in a second. So if we go back to Unity, I've added it in my art folder right here. So what I would do is I would create a new sprite of 2D object. We'll name this portal icon. And the sprite is going to be the actual portal. We're going to set its sorting layer to above. And you can see it's not actually above this, so we're going to set its Z value. If we see our portal is -9, and we got to be careful because the camera itself, our main camera, is at -10. So what we should do is we should set our portal to -5, and our portal icon is going to be a little bit further, so -8. That way everything's still behind the camera. That way we'll go in here and we'll use that trick I showed you. Hold shift and click until it's big enough, and just kind of like position it to where it needs to be. And you can play around with this. You can make your own portal. You can design your own thing. Now make it a child of portal. And there you have it. Now when we go to resize, everything will resize just like that. We can make it as big or as small as we want. And we can change the camera location. We can write custom scripts that do this. But yeah, this is how you make a cool looking portal effect in Unity. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hey, thanks for checking out my tutorial. If you're looking for more in-depth information, I have courses you won't find on YouTube. You'll learn what professional games like these use for physics to create amazing effects, stuff like gravity guns, hovering items, advanced 2D particle effects, screen warping, teleportation effects, warp speed blurs, and so much more. Go to 2dinunity.com, enter your email. I'll send you an in-depth tutorial that covers more than just the basics of an RPG. This includes multiplayer networking, lobby systems, chat input, essentially everything to go from an average-looking indie game to a professional game industry standard. If not, you can still keep watching my free material on YouTube. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you in the next video.